Jews have a right to live in every part of Eretz Yisrael, and in particular, in every part of Yerushalayim. You know, Yerushalayim is the heart and the soul of Klal Yisrael. There's nothing more important. No Jerusalem, there's no Israel. And every part of Jerusalem is holy, is important. And Jews have a right to live everywhere. Just like in America, no one would ever think the Jew should not be able to live in a certain neighborhood. You know why? Because maybe there's anti-Semitism, so Jews cannot live there. There's no such thing. When people buy a house, nobody takes anything away from anybody. You buy a house, you have a right to live in that house. Because some of the neighbors hate Jews, the people that don't want Jews to live in Yerushalayim don't want them to live in Tel Aviv either, and don't want them to live in Hadera, and don't want them to live in Beersheba, because to our enemies, the existence of Eretz Yisrael is a problem. So the idea that, you know, this is very sensitive, it goes against the whole concept of democracy. Democracy means that people have a right to choose where they want to live, what religion they want to practice, and so on and so forth. So the idea that we have to worry about Jews moving to a certain neighborhood it goes against the very foundation of democracy. And for the American government or anyone to say certain parts of Yerushalayim have to be Judenrein, God forbid. This cannot be. So thank God, Ateret Kohanim, doing things in the proper way, buying homes from Arabs who are ready to sell those homes. Jews are moving into these neighborhoods, which, by the way, Jews used to live there. The majority of the old city, 80% of the old city going back many years ago was Jews. And places like outside of the old city, those were neighborhoods, Yemenite village. Jews used to live there. So the idea that you cannot live there because you are a Jew, God forbid. God forbid. So Baruch Hashem that we have an Ateret Kohanim that doesn't just talk about the unity of Jerusalem. Everybody says Jerusalem must be united, but there are very few people who are making sure every single day, in a real way, not just with words, but with action. This is what Ateret Kohanim is doing. And Baruch Hashem, the beauty of Klal Yisrael, we have so many Jews, young families, who are waiting online. They want to move into these different neighborhoods in so-called East Jerusalem. They want to move into the old city, the so-called Muslim quarter, and the other quarters. They are waiting, they are dreaming to be able to have the schus of living in these neighborhoods, the area so close to the Kotel, and the area, by the way, that is so close to where the Beis HaMikdash will be rebuilt, hopefully in the future soon. So thank God there are people who are acting, doing, not just talking. Talk is cheap. Action is what counts. So Ateret Kohanim, there's nothing like Ateret Kohanim. You know, there are many hospitals, there are many yeshivot, there are many wonderful causes, many tzedakahs that people can participate. But there's only one single Yerushalayim, only one single Jerusalem.